Reyes. .641 here in the third quarter. Half. In fact, they've really kept things moving throughout the day here at this, the Hinkle Holiday Classic, sponsored by Meijer. Ben Erickson and Tegan Pompa bringing you all the play-by-play action. Unfortunately, that first half, nice spin move by Krutwig, and I can see what you're talking about, Tegan. For a big guy, he has got some pretty good quickness there, showing off a nice spin move. Three-pointer on the way, and Jimenez cashes one in. That's his second three-pointer. Zach Stewart back out there. They put another big body on Krutwig to see what happens. For three, right in front of us, good. Loa Nelson, his second three-pointer. That one's nothing but the bottom of the net. Loses the handle on it. And now Loa Nelson picks it up. That's 5 points for him in about 8 game seconds. Loa Nelson bringing some motor to the game here. Nice floater, high off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Randall. He gives it off to Nelson. Nelson hit a three and then got a nice basket off of a steal a second ago. For three, too strong. Two Bartlett players crash into each other. Kale's got it, but he's fouled. You play varsity, you're able to give us some insight on some things that you see. Doing play-by-play is easy. I just have to describe what's going on down there in terms of where the ball is. You have to pick things apart. You're doing a good job. 3:56 third quarter. Jacobs is the host school. They call them the Golden Eagles. It's the Battle of the Birds. They're playing the Bartlett Hawks here tonight. We know the Bartlett Hawks well. It's probably our main rival. As we all come from South Elgin High School, we have a lot of students that grew up together and played a lot of sports and things together between South Elgin, Bartlett, Wayne, some from West Chicago out that way. So it's always fun for us when we can clash with our crosstown rival. And we're seeing the Jacobs Golden Eagles doing a pretty good job against that rival for South Elgin here tonight. South Elgin beat Huntley earlier in the day by a pretty good margin, just about 20 points. And the attendance out here has been pretty good. We've got a new man down there on the floor for the Eagles. Another big body, number 50, Joey Price, 6'6", 295-pound freshman. See how I sort of built up some suspense there, Tegan? But a nice strong move there for Joey Price.
I've played against him a couple times, and I just get out of his way because I'm not very good at guarding the post, so I let him do his thing. But he's very effective in the post, and that'll hit. There's two big men in for Jacobs, and that'll open up a lot of three-point shooting for them, which they've been very consistent on. Yeah,
Price did not play in the first half. And as you mentioned, he and Krutwig are both down on the floor, so considerable size advantage right now for these Golden Eagles of Jacobs High School. Krutwig spins around, he's got it, nice touch. He's got 6 this quarter, 12 for the game. 35-21 your score, 3:18 on a running clock. Bartlett with it now. Joey Martin kicks it up to Jimenez, pulls up inside the arc, rebound. Price had it for a second and gets it into the hands of Ben Johnson. Johnson, nice dribble with the left and around the back. Johnson. Excuse me, that's Nick Balcom with it. He gets it up there, and that shot is no good. Hassenberg gets into the lane, tries to draw him off to the left, can't do it, kicks it back out. Nice strong move on the gallop. From the land to 3, no good. That was Drew Martin with the attempt. Ball goes out of bounds at the whistle. Pretty balanced scoring attack as we see 7 different Jacobs players in the scoring column, Tegan.
They have many options on the court, and they're really using all of them. So the posts are getting their shots, and the three-point shooters and the guards are getting their shots to drive. All sorts of options.
Price checks out. Mason Materna checks back in. Mason brings it across half court. Dribbles into and then out of trouble. Krutwig, bounce pass off the foot. Jimenez ends up with it. Sliding on the floor, Coach Roberts calls a timeout and saves the possible turnover. 2:18 third quarter. Thanks for being here. Hinkle Holiday Classic. Ben Erickson, Tegan Pompa bringing you all the play-by-play action. It's been a long day of basketball, but it's been a fun one. We've seen a lot of good games. That last one, what an effort by the ZBs from Zion Benton to stage a comeback and overtake Marion Central in that fourth quarter. They end up winning that one, I think by about 4 or 5 points, and they had trailed the whole game. So we've seen some exciting ones here, and it's bound to get more exciting as we see things unfold here in the holiday tournament. All these games are pool play right now, so these teams are basically jockeying for what position they will end up in to see who can come away with the holiday crown, which will take place the day after Christmas, December 26th. Got games on the 19th, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, the conclusion on the 26th. And it's been fun being here at Jacobs High School throughout the day. They've got a nice hospitality room set up for media and coaches where our streaming game is on for them to enjoy, and we've had quite the audience down there. Tegan, I was down there earlier, about 10, 11 coaches and a couple of referees in between watching the game, so hopefully folks at home or wherever you're watching this are enjoying it. Krutwig with it again, strong move, kicks it back out for 3, Materna, no. Krutwig throws the big body around, gets up, puts it in, and it's good. He's got 8-14 now for the game. Pass from the hip up the floor. We got a new name in there in Alec Turner for Bartlett. Bartlett doing a good job of expanding the bench and getting a lot of guys in there. Coach Wolfsmith wants to see what he's got. Krutwig, outlet pass, gets it to Balcom. Balcom with trouble on the floor, controlling with two hands, bodies everywhere, and a jump ball. Arrow says Jacob's going to keep it.
The game has been getting really physical, especially down low in the post. And that could make for a very interesting end of the fourth quarter, especially when the fouls start to rack up.
Absolutely. We've seen that in a couple of the earlier games. A lot of local media here, including us. At least 4 different newspapers covering some of these games here. Got representation from the Courier News, the Daily Herald, the Bartlett Examiner, and we were told the Northwest Herald was also here. So a lot of media covering this event. For 3, it's good. Mason Materna with a 3. He's got 5 on the night. Jacobs going out to a 19-point lead. Hassenberg thought about it. Gonna restart things to Anthony Ryan. Now back to Alec Turner. Starts it over again. Hassenberg, 3, it's good. So Hassenberg answers with his own 3. He's got 8 tonight, including 2 3-point field goals. Balcom having some trouble getting it across, and a foul called on Anthony Ryan. Just 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Live stream coming your way in high definition video. Ben Erickson and Tegan Pompa on for this one. Games resume again on Monday morning at 9 a.m. So if you have to work, you can't get to the game, you want to hide that YouTube window on your computer at work from the boss. Not that I'm encouraging that, but that's definitely an option for you. Another foul called on number 44, Anthony Ryan. So 2 quick, probably ill-advised fouls there. You don't want to push a good shooting team closer to that bonus.
No, and even if the game gets closer late in the fourth quarter, that could really come back to bite Bartlett. We've seen that in the earlier games, especially the Zion Benton Marion game.
Agreed. At the line, Nick Balcom lets it go from the forehead. It's good. He's got another one coming. 3 points for Nick Balcom here tonight. Jimenez is going to come back into the game as Anthony Ryan is going to check out. And the second attempt here is good. Balcom flawless from the free throw line here tonight. Bringing it across is Tyler Paletti. Collision down there on the floor on a whistle.
There you see the aggressive defense of Jacobs that's really put Bartlett on their heels at some points during the game.
Balcom's going to check out. And it is number 30, Tim Randall, coming back into the game. Turner thought about the 3, backs it off, steps back. Gets it over to Hassenberg, finds Jimenez. Jimenez with it, over the head. Back out to Rashawn Hayes, and now reset things up here with Hassenberg. To Turner, gets in, gets bumped by Krutwig. No foul called. You can hear some of the fans a little bit upset about that. Bounce pass. Krutwig, top of the key, draws a double team. Only 8 seconds left. One more shot here for the Golden Eagles before we go to the fourth quarter. Bounce pass. Near side, nice little flick, and it's good. How about that? Tim Randall gets it away. Nice energy now going into that fourth quarter. How about that?
There have been 3 buzzer beaters in this game.
Lowen Nelson has got 8 points for Jacobs. That quarter, though, Cameron Krutwig came to life. Doubled his point total from the first half in that quarter. He's got 12. Tim Randall with 5. Mason Materna with 5. Nick Balcom with 4. And it is Swartz rounding out the scoring for Jacobs with 2 points of his own. For Bartlett, Robbie Jimenez had a 3-point field goal in that quarter. He's got 8 on the night. Tyler Paletti with 3. Jason Hassenberg's got 8. Anthony Ryan with 3. And Ben Johnson with 2. Hopefully that all adds up for you. 44-24, a 20-point advantage. after that exciting floater that Tim Randall just laid in there, right up to the buzzer. Good stuff, Tegan. So you mentioned that your girls' team is in a tournament at, was it Brookfield, Riverside is what you said?
Riverside Brookfield.
Riverside Brookfield, okay,
Yeah.
make sure we get that one right. And you guys start up this coming week?
Yeah, this Wednesday.
This Wednesday, and then the conclusion, I would assume, carries you guys into the weekend next week, after Christmas.
Yeah, I think it's the 28th.
Okay. Fresh 8 on the scoreboard, away we go in the fourth quarter. Hassenberg with it. Hassenberg able to shoot the three. Turner behind the back dribble. Jimenez get back up top. Pauletti back to Turner for three. That one's no good. With the rebound, Rashawn Hayes back up, no good. Still battling down underneath. Finally taken down by Randall. He's wrapped up. Thought it might be a jump ball, but I think they're going to call a foul from behind. And we are officially in the bonus now, so fouls are going to start resulting in these free tosses. Randall has got 5 points on the night. It's his first trip to the line. From the forehead, a little bit too much, doesn't go. Hassenberg with the rebound. Looking up the floor, Turner with it. Back to Hassenberg for three, comes off the dribble, it's good. Nice to catch that pass in stride and then launch a three, Tegan.
It's always the best three to shoot. When you're fiddling with your feet and you don't really know which foot to go off of first, it's a really difficult shot.
Now here come the Hawks again. Fouls from behind before the shot. Tyler Pauletti was hit. And that was on number 22, Mason Materna. Materna had an exciting three-pointer in that last quarter. A little confusion on which stack play Bartlett was going to run here. Goes into Turner. And then to Pauletti off the jump pass. Gets it over to Rashawn Hayes. Hayes is in the scoring column now. His first 2 points of the night. 44-29. Jacobs had a 20-point advantage coming into this quarter. Far side. Materna finds Kale for three. That one too much. The putback by Krutwig is good. 10 points in the second half for Krutwig. He's got 16 on the night. Jimenez to Turner for three again, same spot. Didn't get it the first time, he does the second. So Alec Turner now makes his way into the scoring column for the Bartlett Hawks, and a 30-second timeout taken by those Bartlett Hawks. 46-32. As we said, Jacobs did have a 20-point advantage coming into the quarter, but Bartlett has done a pretty good job of getting back into this one. Some pretty good hustle plays. And a nice three-pointer there by Alec Turner. Gets it a little bit closer. They're within 14.
Yeah, they've done a great job of just finding the open shot and not rushing their offense like they did in the beginning of the game, and they're just settling back into their half-court offense and just trying to make plays.
Jacobs hangs on to this one for the next 6.5 minutes. They'll improve to 9-1. Bartlett will drop to an even 4-4 on the 15-16 campaign. Trying to break the press. They do. Krutwig's got it. The big strong man's going to take it. He goes in there, and it's fouled. Thought for a second they might throw the offensive foul at him, but apparently the Bartlett defenders didn't have the feet set, so it's going to send Krutwig to the line. He's 2 for 3 from the charity stripe here tonight. The big lefty lets it go from the forehead, and it's good. Nice touch. Ryan Phillips is going to check into the game, as Cooper Schwartz takes a seat for a little rest. The next one by Krutwig is good. 18 on the night for Krutwig after a relatively quiet first half with only 6. Hassenberg with it. Almost picks up the feet, maintains the dribble. Rashawn Hayes kicks it back out. Pauletti gets in, dribbles with the left, switches back to the right. Shot off the front part, no good. His own putback, also no good. Rebound by Krutwig. Moves it up the floor to Phillips, who just checked in. Bounce pass to Balcom, kicks it back out to Materna. Krutwig with it. Jacobs gonna slow the pace down a little bit, try to set up a little offense. No look pass, Krutwig draws the foul, count it! Now he's gonna go back to the line for an and one. How about that?
This is where he's so dangerous. He's always right there by the rebounds, and he almost always gets the ball in the basket. And if you foul him, it's an automatic three-point play because he's a great free throw shooter, unlike Shaquille O'Neal.
Unable to convert as Bartlett takes the rebound down. Krutwig putting together a nice night in the scoring column. He's got to have a bundle of rebounds as well. Rashawn Hayes, far side. Swing it to Turner from the same spot he hit a three in just a minute ago. That one doesn't go. Jimenez crashes in with a nice rebound though. Get it back out to Hassenberg. Top of the key, picks up the dribble. And actually there's a foul away from the ball, it looks like. Phillips called with the foul. Jacobs doing a good job staying out of foul trouble. It's Bartlett who has the Golden Eagles in the super bonus. And that certainly doesn't help when you're chasing as many as 20 points. Jimenez for three, can't connect. Rebound, Krutwig. Back to Materna. Give it to Balcom. Balcom's got it, it's taken away. Alex Turner hits it, jumps out of bounds, hit the scorer table, and knocked our PA man about 3 feet away from the scorer's table. You don't see that every day.
Oh.
Might have knocked out the microphone as well. For three, Turner's no good. Rashawn Hayes gets it back over. Another three-point attempt, also no good. Krutwig tips it out of there. And here come those Golden Eagles. Little stuttering dribble right there. Blocked by Jimenez. And Rashawn Hayes turns around, puts on the brakes, and finds somebody else to bring it up the floor. That's Pauletti. A couple of players run into each other. And we're going to get a foul called.
James foul, 32 minutes foul, and that's his third personal team defense.
Turner with it, top of the key extended, looks down in the corner. Finds Pauletti, skip pass, Rashawn Hayes. Looks down underneath, Hassenberg posting up, has a size advantage without Krutwig in front of him. Hassenberg with his own rebound. Gets it, count it. Now Hassenberg's gonna have the and one opportunity. Hassenberg's got 13 with a chance to make it 14, Tegan.
On that last possession, Bartlett was really rushing their chances on offense, and they were jacking up a lot of three-pointers, which they haven't been making in a while.
Hassenberg converts, keeps it to a 15-point deficit. Kale started the game, gets it down to Phillips. Phillips underneath to Randall, skip pass across, and that one is tipped by Rashawn Hayes into the hands of Jimenez. Man commits to the air, puts it up with one hand, no good. Rebound, Krutwig. He finds Phillips. Phillips brings it across with the right. Phillips looking. Has a man in Nelson. And now Phillips gonna slow things down. Krutwig with it. Over the head pass. Nelson. It's good. Lone Nelson. That's his third three-point field goal of the game. Jacobs gonna take a timeout. Tegan, they've almost run the lead back up to 20.
They've been great on all aspects. They've been very aggressive on defense. They've been getting open looks on offense and getting it into the post and just regular threes. And, you know, there's nights like this where you're just on fire and everything's open and you're just playing in the flow of the game and everything just comes to you. And that's unfortunate for Bartlett that they're at the other end of it, but, you know, Jacobs has played a great game.
Absolutely. It's nice to play well in these holiday tournaments, but a lot of the quote-unquote important games take place after the new year when you get deep into that conference schedule and you start seeing some of those familiar foes that you see on a year-in, year-out basis.
Yeah, and that's when you have to start adjusting your game. And the holiday tournaments are kind of where you start testing out what you can do deeper in the season when teams have seen you twice.
Absolutely. Hassenberg for three. He's got a good touch. Couldn't get that one to go. Krutwig with the rebound. That seems to be a recurring theme here tonight. He always seems to be in place to get those. Krutwig, just a junior. Bounce pass goes out of play. Last touch by Jacobs. 2:56 left here in the game. Thanks for joining us here in the second half. Apologies for some of the intermittent video that we had in the first half. A whistle and a blocking foul called on Krutwig.
James foul number 24, Krutwig, his first team.
Just Krutwig's first foul of the game. Do you believe that?
Usually the big men get a lot of fouls, so that's very impressive.
Pauletti goes to the line for Bartlett. His first toss is good as it rattles around and drops through. Pauletti's got 4 points. Just a 3-point field goal earlier in the third quarter. Chance to make it 5 should he connect here. A little too much off the back part, but a nice one-handed rebound and putback. Krutwig's got it with the rebound and a jump ball. Arrow says Jacobs is going to have it anyway. (53-26). Kale gets it across to Randall. Through the net to Nelson. Nelson, a couple of 3-point field goals tonight, make it 3 actually. From downtown, Jimenez, no good. Rebound, Randall. Randall looks up the floor to Krutwig, can't get it to him. Be interesting to see Krutwig in an open court. I have reason to believe he can rattle some equipment if he wants to.
Oh yeah.
6'8", big frame junior for Jacobs. Nice to know when you have a player like that who's putting up good points, getting a lot of rebounds. And you'll have him back next year. It's got to be nice as a coach. First one by Jimenez is no good. First trip to the free throw line for Jimenez. Adam Kale checks out, as does Lowen Nelson. Cooper Schwartz back in there for Jacobs. Next one away is good. Gonna have another substitution here off the buzzer. Ben Reyes back into the game. Robbie Jimenez 1 for 2 from the line, 1 for 2 on the night. 53-37. Been a pretty even and balanced attack for Jacobs. They've launched the threes when they've had to. They've got a big man underneath in Krutwig that's had a lot of nice putbacks. A couple of mid-range jumpers here and there. Pauletti. Reyes ends up with it far side off the Hassenberg pass. Ball stripped away. Ryan Phillips, can he take it? It's blocked. Nice coverage there by Jimenez. And a foul on the arm. Rashawn Hayes commits that one.
This is where Bartlett is going to start to get desperate and start fouling and trying to make plays, possibly rush some and possibly execute some very well.
Randall eyes it, and that one's good. Tim to the line for the first time tonight. He's got his first free throw. 6 points on the evening. Tournaments are also nice, Tegan. You get to see players that you've never seen before, but then you get to see them again for 3 or 4 games as you get a little bit deeper into it. So I would think for some of the college coaches and the recruiters that have come through here, it's nice to maybe identify a player that's here and then get the opportunity not only see him later in the season, but you can also see him in the same week.
Yeah, these holiday tournaments are a great opportunity for players to worry about their future and just get to show off their skills to people that might not have seen them play.
Pauletti goes to the line now for Bartlett. Rings it out, it's good. So Jacobs in that, both teams in the bonus here, rather. A lot of photographers from the newspapers out here tonight as well. Actually, throughout the day. A lot of local teams, but a couple teams coming from Rockford, which is nice. That's only really about 35, 40 minutes away. Pretty good location for a tournament off of Randall Road here. It connects to Route 90, the Northwest Tollway, so teams can come in from the east and the west, and some from the north at Johnsburg. Bodies everywhere. Nice, easy layup there for Cooper Schwartz. He's got 5 points tonight. Hassenberg with it. See if he can get in. Kicks it out. Jimenez for three from the corner. Shot is no good. Reyes almost had the rebound. Bodies everywhere. They somehow get it away. Look out. Here's Trutwig, unable to come up with it. You saw all the Jacobs student section stood up as one. Like we said, I have reason to believe at 6'8", he can put a hurt on that rim if he wants to.
Yeah, I think every time I go to a boys game and I see a 6'5", 6'6" guy, I want to see them dunk. It's really the big highlight.
Trutwig, that's probably going to be the night for him. Minute 10 left in this one. Reyes kicks it out. Rashawn Hayes, little push shot. Three, it's good. So Rashawn Hayes tickles the twine. Can't take credit for that one, Tegan. I heard our good friend Mike Knezevich, the Indiana Sports Writers Hall of Famer who does some games for us from time to time, heard him say tickle the twine from 29 one time. I mean, you're talking descriptive, rhyming language. We've also got another Hall of Famer who you're going to be doing some games with, Tegan. Jeff Myers, Elgin Sports Hall of Famer, will be in the house for, I think, 7 or 8 games. They'll have some, as we get a little bit deeper into this and the games get a little more important, we upgrade the announcers a little bit, so we'll have you sit in with a pro and people don't have to sit and listen to me rip off other people's taglines. 57-41, the Golden Eagles from Jacobs here at Harry D. Jacobs High School, Algonquin, Illinois, with the lead. It's been me, Ben Erickson, alongside our student broadcaster, Tegan Pompa, for this one. Game being produced entirely by high school students from South Elgin High School. And it's nice to come to different venues like this for our students and set up all the gear, run a quarter mile of cable, worry about whether or not you're going to be able to access the internet from the parking lot. All good times, all good fun, all in a day's work. However, I don't recall anyone saying I'd actually be paid for this, but it's for you guys. It's nice to get the students out here. We've got a whistle and a foul. Jacobs is going to improve to a pretty good 9-1 record. Bartlett's going to be even at 4-4 at the conclusion of this one. 8 games nearly in the books here at the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Nice setup here at Jacobs. 3 tournaments going on all at the same time. As that is denied, Joey Price is back in there. I think he picks up the foul. Joey Price, as we said, listed at 6'6", 295, and just a freshman. Hard to believe what he's going to probably look like in 2-3 years. He could really be a force underneath. He's already got the nice strong frame. He continues to get taller. He could be a guy that turns into a Krutwig type player. Maybe even better, who knows? Probably important for a freshman player to see a guy like Krutwig and play with him for 2 years, as both of Hassenberg's free throws are good. Jason Hassenberg putting together a nice evening in the point column.
He's really been a spark for Bartlett, and really they haven't had any other role players, but he's done great, even though this game is not the way Bartlett would have liked it to go.
Yeah, Hassenberg's got 16 points on the night. He's got a couple of 3-point field goals. And they've got Jason listed at 6'5", 6'5" senior. As that first toss for Balcom is good. He has got 5 points on the night. New player in now for Jacobs, Joe Hoggle. We haven't seen him yet tonight. Coach Roberts getting some guys some other opportunities. That second toss for Balcom is good. Reyes brings it up. Hassenberg for three. Can't get it to fall. Ball goes out of bounds, draws the whistle. 35.5 seconds remain here. 59-43. Jacobs with a comfortable 16-point lead. Anthony Perry's going to check in now for Jacobs as coach is emptying out the bench a little bit. Give some other guys an opportunity to show off what they've got. Rashawn Hayes let it go. Excuse me, that was Ryan, Anthony Ryan. Get those two mixed up. Reyes for three, and it's good. Reyes connects the first time he's been in the scoring column tonight. 59-46, and a timeout called by Bartlett. Take a look at some of the other matchups that we're going to have coming your way here in the tournament as we look ahead. Coming back on Monday, December 21st, Prairie Ridge and your South Elgin High School are going to hook up here at 9 o'clock in the morning. Lakes and Corliss at 10:30. Bartlett and Rockford Jefferson. Rockford Jefferson, a team to watch in the tournament. Great job of throttling up and speeding up the game and then slowing it down. Speeding it up, slowing it down. Very, very exciting team to watch. Huntley against Rockford Boylan. Zion Benton, those ZBs versus Grant. That's got to be a familiar opponent for them. Both those schools are up towards that northern area there. Cary Grove, Marion Central. Crystal Lake South, another exciting team to watch, going to take on Barrington at 6 o'clock. And then in the nightcap, Johnsburg, against Jacobs is going to be the 7:30 game. And these are all pool games, as we said. All these teams are vying for positions to play in, as we say, the important games as we get a little bit later in the tournament and you start talking about hardware. It's always nice to bring home something to put in the trophy case at the respective school. Joe Hoggle getting an opportunity to shoot from the line here. Joe lets it go, and it's good. The 8th player in the scoring column now is Joe Hoggle for these Golden Eagles. Battle of the Birds is going to find the Golden Eagles victorious here tonight over the Bartlett Hawks. The next one by Hoggle, a little bit too much, and the rebound controlled by Bartlett. Reyes is going to try to bring it up again. Is he thinking three? No, Hassenberg strong in, lays it off the glass, and it's good. Hassenberg has got 18 tonight unofficially. 5 seconds left in the game, looking up the floor. Collision, ball goes out of bounds, and the clock stops at 1.1 seconds. It looks like both players are okay after that collision. The fans are clamoring. They want a foul called on that. But it's all but over here, 60-48. Inbounding is Anthony Perry, and hanging on to it is Joe Hoggle. And the Jacobs Golden Eagles improve to 9-1, winning this one by a final score of 60-48. Tegan, recap what you saw here tonight while I do some math and get all the scoring totals put together.
Bartlett was on their heels from Jacobs, who had a great offensive game. Jacobs was able to get the ball down into the post, and they also had kick-out options for the threes that really maximized their offensive performance and really stunned Bartlett. But Bartlett had some offensive spark of their own from number 24, Jason Hasenberg, who was able to go down low and battle with Cameron Krutwig, but he also had a couple of threes. But ultimately, Jacobs' many options were too much for Bartlett.
Yeah, Hassenberg is a player that's easy to like. He's got good size. He can shoot the three-pointer, does some tough work down low, no question about it. So, all right, your scoring totals first for Bartlett. They dropped to 4-4 on the season in this non-conference game. Ben Reyes had a three-point field goal, his only tally of the night. Robbie Jimenez ended with 9. Tyler Pauletti with 5. Anthony Ryan with 3. Ben Johnson with 2. Rashawn Hayes with 4. Alec Turner with 3. And it was Jason Hassenberg led his team in scoring with a total of 18 points here tonight. And now for those victorious Golden Eagles from the host school here at Jacobs High School. Adam Kale was a starter, did not score tonight. Lowen Nelson had 11, Ryan Phillips with 5, Tim Randall with 6, Mason Materna with 5, Nick Balcom with 6, Cooper Swartz with 5. Joe Hoggle got in at the end of the game and hit a free throw. He had 1 point and leading all scorers on the night, the big man, Cameron Krutwig. Tegan, you called it before the game started. You said, this guy's pretty good, and he lived up to the expectation. He only had 6 points in the first half, but then poured in 14 in the second half.
Yeah, he's a great player. He can shoot the three, he can dunk. He's got very elusive moves in the post, and he's very quick in the post. He's not quick getting up and down the floor, but he's got very quick lateral movements as a post.
All right, I think that's just about going to do it here tonight. Once again, repeating that final, the Jacobs Golden Eagles 60 and the Bartlett Hawks 48. For Tegan Pompa, I'm Ben Erickson. Thanks for watching here on the video stream from the Hinkle Holiday Classic, the 2015 edition, sponsored by Meijer. We'll see you on Monday morning.